Well, I wasn't going to comment on this Alexandria Ocasio Cortez, whatever her name is, because it's just, one of these things that just happens in politics. But this one actually is in an alternate universe. It's beyond belief. I'm just going to go over a few things. And the people that voted for her got to be some kind of idiots. I really can't believe well, they voters are stupid. That's probably 99% of the problem why we get idiot politicians or politicians that can take advantage of everything. So first off, one of the things she's calling for now, this was in an interview with Anderson Cooper. She wants this Green New Deal. I guess it's an environmental New Deal, whatever it is, and to pay for it. And I'm not sure what the program is, and I doubt she even knows what it is. She's just talking out of her whatever wazoo. But she's I don't know what she's talking here. She says she wants to tax the ultra wealthy 60 to 70%. Now, if you look at the graduated income tax, it really is way the hell up there anyway. There's just a lot of ways you can keep your money in assets or do like-kind exchanges, and you got charitable foundations, and which they don't really use. You got the Clinton Foundation. That was a good example, right? But so a lot of times the wealthy don't pay whatever it is anyway. But she wants to tax the heck out of the wealthy. So that would be the tech giants and Google and YouTube too, right? Everybody, 60, 70%. So hopefully they look at me when I'm doing this video. They don't regard it as something bad, because I'm really going to bat for the tech giants too here, because they make a lot of money. Ocasio-Cortez wants to take all your money away. Now, the other thing is, before she gets into office, she's already talking about, I want to take a few days to take care of myself before what I'm sure to be an eventful term. She needs personal time. She needs a vacation. She needs a vacation before she goes on a job. And, you can kind of take it easy without blabbing that you need a vacation, like complete time off. Um, which tells me she's not going to be what you consider a workaholic for the people once she gets in the office of Congress, on the Congress, House of Representatives. Now, here's another thing that shows you she's way out for herself. This was on a Twitter post. This is like, per the Twitter post, she's like really like flabbergasted that the House ethics and rules prevent me from receiving a $100 gift card, crashing at my place as I wait for a rent, but somehow allow members with investment portfolios to write laws that will personally enrich them with thousands of dollars in own stocks, potentially millions. So in other words, she's complaining that she's not on a gravy train, like she's not running her own Ocasio-Cortez Foundation like the Clintons have their own Clinton Foundation. She's complaining before she even gets to be in the office itself, and she's going to be making $174,000 plus all the perks in the beginning, right? And she's complaining she's not getting all these side benefits, and she's complaining that she needs a vacation before she starts work, and she's saying she wants to tax the ultra wealthy 60, 70%, which includes the tech giants and all those people that work on Google and YouTube. So just keep that in mind when you look at this video, if you do. And then the other thing is, she's portraying herself as this poor woman that came from the Bronx, and she was like, I don't know, washing dishes and cleaning floors. She did not come from the Bronx. She actually came from a very exclusive part of town where the average household wealth, where she grew up, average wealth was 1.2 million. She went to a prep school. She was, she's a total fraud. I just can't believe this. People voted for this idiot. I mean, she's obviously, it doesn't take but a little common sense to see she's really, really blatantly out for herself. Which you could say, what's the difference between her and the other politicians? Not that much, but she does make it extremely obvious. And the other thing is, as a freshman congressman or woman, whatever you call it, person, whatever the word is, they're trying to put her on a powerful Ways and Means Committee, which is absolutely unheard of for a freshman. But considering how she is, that's ludicrous. America's not going to ever freaking recover from politicians like that. Now, another thing, de Blasio, I just want to mention this. Mayor de Blasio, this was on the New York Post. He's trying to call for the end of private property rights. I was like, yeah, right. This was per the New York Post, and actually all those other little clips I got, I didn't really show the references, but they were from mainstream papers and stuff, you know. But I just showed the quotes, so I don't show the paper itself. But de Blasio this was a New York Post article about de Blasio wanting to get rid of private property rights. Actually, that's the basis of her entire banking and economic system. What do you think is shoring up? What's the assets that are in the banks? The fact that they're holding the paper on real estate, land and building, and the enterprise itself. What is this guy? These people, Alexandria Ocasio Cortez, they're of the same type. I mean, same type of deal. Alexandria Ocasio Cortez, she's never been a person that's even, I don't even know what she majored in, whatever it is, but she's never even been a person in private industry. She just, I know everything, and I just this and that, and it's amazing. Well, there probably should be an IQ test for people even allowed to vote. Think about it. I mean, they could say you're not mentally competent to do this, mentally competent to do that. Why the hell should anybody be allowed to vote? If you have a 70 IQ or something, or an 80 IQ, I mean, you're borderline idiot. Why the hell should you be allowed to vote? That's really how this one got in. And I don't really. Obviously, she's not that intelligent. That is quite obvious. I know a lot of people talk about the New Jersey, New York accent, and they say they sound like dummies, but the accent doesn't mean you're stupid. I know sometimes. I guess Trump has that New York accent. It sounds like he's not. If you have a New England accent from Massachusetts, or if you have a British accent, you sound 100 times more intelligent, but doesn't necessarily mean that. But in her case, her intelligence must not be that high. I doubt it very much. I don't know what she majored in or whatever, but it wasn't any kind of practical science. I'm sure of that. It was probably some kind of political science, maybe. Maybe that's what political science versus practical science. But she's in her alternate universe, and so are the people that voted for her. I really can't believe. Well, it's not that it's not even the fact that she's making these statements or de Blasio is making these statements. It's the fact that it's tolerated. She's beyond belief. I mean, she's complaining she's not getting extra perks before she even takes office. She's complaining that they have ethics committee rules, that she can't take these extra perks. She's complaining about that. She's taking a vacation because she's complaining she needs personal time before she gets in office. She's talking about taxing the hell out of the most, hardworking people. I mean, sometimes they're not necessarily all hardworking. They'd be hardworking at crookery at 60, 70% to fund what? Some kind of Green Acres New Deal? Green New Deal? Is that what she called it? Green Acres New Deal? I think she called it a Green Deal. Green New Deal. Which I don't even know where that money would be going. I mean, it's sort of like, clean the air, clean the waterways, and you know how that works. The people that get in there with the contracts are not really doing anything for the public that much. They just get a fat freaking dose of money, and then they say, well, we did this, we did that, and you never get the bang for the buck when you go through the government route, really. Definitely a work of art. Definitely a work of art. And then she's portraying herself as a poor disadvantaged woman from the Bronx, which that's not true. She wasn't from the Bronx. She was from a section. She lives in the Bronx. She lives in the Bronx now, but she has a residence or something. So that's how she got elected from the Bronx. But she grew up in a part of the town where the wealth was average 1.2 million. Yeah, so she grew up with a silver spoon in her mouth. De Blasio is another alternate universe person. I mean, I don't know what to call these people, man. The best way to save money is not even have, well, why do you even need a mayor like this? What the hell do they do? I mean, why not just put a hologram up there or something, you know? I mean, what do you need these people for? What's their function? They're just a bunch of narcissistic, self-serving liars, and they have absolutely no concept of what goes on in the real world. Could you imagine taxing the Google execs at 60, 70%? Would they like that? You know, I don't know if this video is going to be manual review, so I figure I'm putting that out there because, you know, this lady is, I mean, both of them are. No private property rights, tax people at, when you tax people 60, 70%, the ultra wealthy or the more wealthy, that's pretty much no property rights too, for crying out loud. But, you know, I think it was Margaret Thatcher says, socialism eventually fails because they run out of other people's money to spend. It's really what it is. Now, I know in the capitalistic world, that's the principle of use other people's money for investment, but you got to make it work, or else you're not going to even survive under that kind of ruling either. But in the case of a politician, they didn't sign anything, or they didn't make co-sign on a loan or anything like that. If the projects that they push fail, that they tax people to the hilt for, fail, those projects fail, no problem from them. Nothing at all. It's amazing too. They're trying to put this lunatic. That's what she is. They want to put her on the Powerful Ways and Means Committee. It's never been done with a freshman congressman. Never. But consider her not just anyone that's a freshman. This one is probably the most ludicrous yo-yo going. I mean, I wasn't going to put nothing out about her, but I keep seeing all this stuff on her. I says, this is ridiculous. And it just comes down to, like, you know, if they want to come up with these stupid drastic rules, it should be an IQ test for voting rights. If people don't have a minimum IQ of, say, 85, I mean, why are they casting a vote? I mean, even if you have an IQ of 85 or 100, or maybe you have an IQ of 120, 130, or 150, maybe you don't know what the facts are, but that's besides the point. At least you have the capability of making a rational decision. But if you don't even have that's what I'm thinking who elected this one. There must have been some seriously low IQ people electing this one, because they must not have paid. You know, you can always have some people not paying attention to what you say. And, you know, well, you know, somebody say you're a Trump-tard, they might accuse me of that, but I can tell you, I was never trusting Trump for a long time. I'd say it took me 2 years to figure out, well, a lot of people just blatantly trusted him. I didn't trust him. But I knew how bad Hillary was, so I voted for Trump, right? It wasn't that I didn't buy into what Trump was saying. But as time went by, I realized he's taken so many hits that he is legit. But whether you disagree with him or not, or agree with him, at least you can realize that he's got some kind of principles, and he believes in this one, she's all out for herself, 110%. And that's fine too, as long as you're earning the money. Don't do it by being a politician and grabbing everything you can because you think you're a goddess in Washington, D.C. And that's exactly what this one is. That's exactly what she thinks she is. Because she's got to take vacations now. She's complaining that she can't take money and gifts on the side when she's going to be making $174,000 a year plus all the packages and all the benefits. And she wants to tax the hell out of the people that are really true earners. Man, I had to get her the hell out of the country. That's what I think. Anyway, over now.